Level 79. 20% of the map complete. Not going to take long at all. And I'll be level 80. And here we are. Alright, there's a heart over there. I don't want to do it, but I kind of got to do it, so...
Admiral, must you stand right there? You're hindering my...
Gotta do it. Level 79 in about 18 hours. Not bad. This is an annoying heart to do. Because I had just finished farming crate to finish off one of the achieves. And this one is all about farming crate.
Quaggan says flee.
Quaggan says flee. Good choice, Quaggan.
Tear them to shreds!
I feel strong.
I feel strong.
Whoa, this is bad.
Whoa, this is bad. Foo, foo, and foo.
Strong.
Chop up this anemone. Because it's my enemy. Sorry. Hello there. And welcome. Just doing the last little bit on my Steam account to get it to 80.
Strong. Urge to kill rising.
My urge to kill is rising.
Quaggan is frightened!
Quaggan is frightened. Lots of Quaggan.
When we're done, you'll be my slave.
I'm gonna be a slave? I don't think he's my kind.
Armored up.
Oh, good evening to those who've joined me. So earlier, I had an early session. I played for 2 hours, and I went from level 70 to 79. So it turns out the character adventure achievements are really, really good experience.
Armored up.
Oh, crap. Oh, okay, we've got about 20 minutes. I'd forgotten I want to do Tequatl. If you're not familiar with Tequatl, Tequatl is a great big world event with an enormous dragon.
Armored up.
It will be starting at the top of the hour. can do it once a day. And the rollover is actually 1 minute beforehand. So I did it earlier today at the start of my session, my early session, and I'll do it at the start of my late session.
Too strong.
More bad things come.
Any more quaggan eggs around? No. Well, hopefully this last crate Nimros will be enough XP to finish off the heart.
Armored up.
Nope, not quite. It figures.
That went better than I expected.
There's the heart complete. Let's get out of dodge. So, I started doing this because I wanted to see what it was like as a free-to-play player, so I created a Steam account. I have actually 2 accounts. 2 real accounts. And it's going to take me, what, 5 days? 4 days? 4 days, I think. To level all the way up to 80. And the only negative I can see in it is they give you a amount at level 10 for 10 hours of playtime, and when it's gone, boy do you miss it. That's the only negative. And to be perfectly fair, they're trying to make money. They want to give you, they want to make you aware of the reason why you should buy the expansion, and boy does it work. But as I said before, if you've put 20 hours into the game, and you've reached level 80, you should know whether you want to keep playing or not. And if you want to keep playing, it's probably worth $30 to get Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. Or maybe even $60 to add in End of Dragons. Or $100 to add in all of the Living World season stuff. That's a lot of yellow oozes. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. Coming through. Coming through. Excuse me. Pardon me. Right now, I'm just going to do various map completion activities to get me to level 80. Well, that and in 15 minutes to Quaddle. That's a vista over there. It's going to be fighting my way in. All right, well, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Bringing the pain. Armored up.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Aren't you dead yet? There's a POI. Oh, that's right. The vista is up there. There's a POI here at the structure. I think you get there from over here, the vista. Should be clear as to what I'm talking about when I say there. I'm talking about the vista. It's been so long since I've done without a mount that a lot of these things I don't remember how to get to. I mean, I got a boatload of characters to the cap well before they had mounts. Don't think I can make a jump from there. I do want to get the POI. Over here. does not look like it. No. And as best I can tell, but there's an entrance to a cave over here. And that may wind around. Oh, that's suddenly a lot of things being shot at me. I'm gotta say, not a fan. Now I've got spooters following me. Excellent. Ah, yes, we've got to defeat everybody. Oh, those ranged guys are bad. I forgot about them.
Armored up.
Come on, High Chief, come over. Come on over and play. You want to play, don't you? I knew you wanted to play. You couldn't resist. There's the hero point. You got to defeat them all. And I did. Vampire bats. And now we are up here. We've got a whole bunch of cauliflower. All of you cauliflower fans, this is the place to be. There's a veteran Hylic defending his cauliflower fields. Evidently he's big on cauliflower, I guess. We'll just, pick some of his cauliflower just to mess with him. Or maybe pick all of his cauliflower to really mess with him. Oh, that's fine. He can keep his last 2. We got 8 of his cauliflower. I think that maybe there's a cave back there. I'm trying to remember. That leads to the vista. The cave. Yes, I think this is it. More vampire bats. Got about 8 minutes until we get to Twaddle. I'll skip the portobello mushrooms.
Armored up.
make it, stay on fire. Keep it on fire. Alright, carefully come out here. Because we don't want to fall. We want to get to the vista, which is down below. And we made it to the vista. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't have a mount, that's the route. A rich platinum vein, but nah. A heart and another vista. Vista straight across east, and heart next to it. I doubt we'll finish the heart up before Tequatl starts. I'll head over to Tequatl in 2 or 3 minutes. Once I hit 80, which will not take terribly long, I expect, I will see if I can manage to gear the character up in acceptable fashion.
Armored up.
I don't have a bunch of... I'm up to 5 goals, so I'm looking for 5. Obviously, I won't be buying any particularly rare armor types. Try to gear myself up. Oops. Is it? How about over here? Because you need to get over here to get to the other vista. And it's down.
Armored
there.
up.
Another. Oh, come on. It thinks I'm in combat. See if I can logically break combat. No. Fuck! That's a bug. But then that's the kind of thing that a lot of MMOs have. That always infuriates the players. Is aggro you can't break. It's
Armored
just
up.
there. Is that it? I think that's it. I think we broke it. Fine. No, we did not. Unbelievable. I mean, it's possible that it's not actually that, but that I've DC'd. That's possible. Where's the nearest? Alright, we're gonna just head to where Tequatl hangs out. That was irritating. I probably should have just exited. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to log out and log back in because I might not get to this this instance of the map, which was guaranteed to be a full one because I've been online for 20 minutes. So I'm going to turn down a couple of options, which should keep my frames a little higher. There we go. I turned off 3 options, and that'll keep the frames higher. So we're only seeing a fraction of the players who are running around. We're not seeing shadows anymore, and I turned off names. There's firewood to stoke the fire. See any firewood. It's possible that I've culled down the video effects to the point where I can't see the fire anymore. There we go. We got a magic find boost. And about 3 minutes. It's a less grandiose affair than when I've got all of the options, visual options, turned all the way up. But it'll keep the frames higher. Frames suffer rather a lot on a fight with like 60 or 80 people running around. Unsurprisingly. That's a 632 staff. It's not as good as the staff. Ow. It gets salvaged. Real quick, I'm going to run back and sell the junk in my inventory.
Here! Over here!
I'm so used to seeing player names up that I was wondering what those mobs were fighting. That would be a player.
That was close.
Oh.
Let's hope that
Yeah,
was
that-
the last
that
of
makes
the
sense.
crate.
Oh, oof. Itchy, itchy, itchy.
Target approaching. Get to your battle station.
So, in about a minute, one of the NPCs will go, "There's something in the water!" And that means Tequatl is about to pop out and say hi to all of us. See if I can manage to avoid getting myself murdered. I will equip the staff so I can do a little ranged stuff, a little bit of damage, some healing as well. Oh, there's Tequatl swimming
Brothers,
under.
sisters, ready
Mostly under.
yourselves.
I'm gonna pop up and
Tequatl is
land
here.
over here.
Get to the turrets now.
There's Tequatl, everybody's favorite party dragon.
Armored up.
Jump over the tidal wave.
That went better than I expected.
Can't take much more.
A lot of people just got themselves killed.
Triangle. I'm neither here nor there.
That was not nice. I got 2 ticks of damage before I actually saw the ground effect.
Kill rising.
Alright, got another splash coming. And jump.
Pain everywhere. Anyone? Help!
Another shockwave. And jump.
Rip them up. Soften them up.
Another shockwave. And jump.
By my will. Surprise!
Power is like a tidal wave. Brilliant emperor.
Dodge this!
I'm neither here nor there.
Attacking enemy targets!
Okay, that will be the first phase of Tequatl, right about there. First 25% is the hardest part. From here on, you get 3 batches of protecting the batteries and the mega laser. And if you do that, every time Tequatl comes back, the mega laser shoots and stuns them and makes them into easy meat to peel off another 25% damage. As long as we do a job defending the stuff we're supposed to defend. From here on up. Hit things that you, as many things as you can. You get XP and goodies. My primary problem is on this particular. I'm not going to have good sight on things because I'm running at lowered settings. And getting, yeah, 45, 50. You'll notice people going around like crazy people trying to get tags on stuff. I'm mostly missing. I'm trying to keep frames high so things look a little more logical. Alright. Not great protection on the western battery. But here comes Tequal. Don't blow that guy up or you'll blow yourselves up. Most people seem to be aware that you don't kill those guys because they explode when you kill them. And if you kill them, they kill you.
Nice. Very nice.
Contract accepted.
And that's phase 2 on Tequal complete. Drops are rolling until, well, it depends.
Can't fire the laser without them.
According to Twitch, because Mighty Teapot was looking at it earlier, they were going to end like 2 hours ago.
Target is in the air.
At least when he looked on Twitch. But according to ArenaNet, midnight Pacific, so another 7 minutes. So, assuming ArenaNet's numbers are right, yeah, 7 more hours. More than enough time to get, I think, all of the drops. Started now, maybe not all of them. You might miss one, possibly 2, but most of the drops for sure. Already got some drops. You can get more. I'm going to go ahead and turn my options back on. Shadows back. Character model limit.
Never saw it coming. Armored up.
Just felt like I was actually missing what was going on because I had. Ugh. Yeah, I think you got 7.
Urge to kill rising.
I think it's 11:59 Pacific. At least that was what they said.
Eat my dust.
Alright. Tequal, phase 3 about to come in, and he's going to get spanked again. Because that's the way we roll around here in Sparks Life then. More XP.
Rise and serve.
Here he comes.
Rain all weapons on the beach.
You need to work the timing on the visual for the effect. Him getting shot by the mega laser is not in sync with the with him getting stunned. Oh gosh, my damage numbers are going to be terrible. Like they weren't going to be terrible anyway. Phase 4 begins. The target is in the air. So if I understand correctly, the target is in the air. And the door is ajar. And here comes the champion crate. Hypnos.
Target marked.
Back on solid ground.
Another.
I tell you, with no mount, certain things become painful. Let's see if this is enough to put us over. I doubt it'll quite get us to 80.
Attack!
That's good.
I can't remember on the options. I know I use some options that are considered to be suboptimal, especially for solo play. Well, they're considered to be suboptimal. I use them for solo play.
The enemy is assaulting the northern battle. Stop them.
They also just recently changed the defaults. And so a lot of my defaults I left in place because this is a Steam account. My regular account, I'm not playing right now. This was a creation so I could find out what it was like to play with the new Steam system. And so the options here may be different than what I use on my real account as well. Simply because I didn't bother to, copy them all down and see what I use on my real account. But I think Tequatl is about to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
That's good.
Rise and
And thank you for coming and playing, Tequatl. We're happy you could make it. And die.
Close to dying.
Interesting, I got the carved bone spoon again. I thought you only got that on like
Victory
the
comes
very
with a
first
cost.
kill on Tequatl,
So many
which I did
dead.
earlier
we
today.
shall sing their songs to our spawn who will be born here.
Yes, a fine home for all.
That hit.
pirates.
That's level 80.
Spread the word. All tribes are
So.
welcome here.
Slash played. Oh, sorry, slash age. This character hit 80 in 18 hours and 24 minutes. So. And it probably, I could have paired another hour and a half or even 2 hours off
Strong.
if I had done less of the storyline stuff.
Nice gear.
That's what she said. So I'm going to head back to the little base here, sell my crap. We defeated Tequatl. It must be awesome. We killed a dragon. Of course, it's going to be back in 3 hours. It's mostly dead. Oh. I wanted to sell to this person. You're all killing him. Or her. I'll just park myself back here then. While I futz with all the stuff in my inventory. $885. That's bigger. Can't use, can't use, can't use, can't use. There we go. And now we'll see if we get anything
You
particularly
can never
tasty.
have too much treasure.
We get our first green boxes. Yay! And our first yellow box. Also, yay! We're up to 18 green boxes already. Boy, those add up. And from the I suppose I could actually get lucky here. Hey, Lars. I hit 80 already. You missed it. I think because I got this at level 80, I theoretically could get an ascended weapon out of it. Nope. I'm up to 3% magic find. I thought it was up to like 18% magic find. Or maybe I was just up to 18 like luck or something. Oh yeah, okay, 31% magic find. I misread that. My mistake. 31%. Okay, yeah, it does look a little bit like an STO type ship, doesn't it? Or sorry, yeah, SWTOR. Let me talk to Kama. It's all my junk.
How may I assist you?
Do you mind? I'm trying to do some business here. God, they're rude. Great are just so rude.
Befoul this locale no more.
I agree with her. What she said.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna pop back to Lion's Arch. There's a little over 18 hours to go from 1 to 80 on a Steam account. But that was doing some time with the storyline, too. I think I did all the chapters of the storyline, except I haven't done 70 or 80 yet, I think. Wow, 5 mailmen. The Consortium, Critical Mission, Return. Sorry. I have no idea what that is. So at this point, since I've hit 80, I'm going to open up my boxes and see if I get lucky. And get some more usable gear. But I'm going to try to see if I can kit myself out in reasonable exotic gear with a grand total of 7.5 gold that I have in my account. On my Steam account.
That looks valuable.
We got one piece of gear, and it's level 78 that we could use. The other, we could use the focus. It's also 78. All right, that is a 78. Why am I getting all 78s? Why do they hurt me like this? Oh, good. That's an 80, but I can't use it. Finally get something I can use, and it's one of the water things. Cursed. Cursed, I tell you. Where am I? That is a significant improvement over the greatsword I'm currently using. That is an 831 mace. That's better.
This area
I'm going to do some mystic forgery here.
And those easily excited. Behold,
No reason to sell it or salvage it right now.
incidentally,
Let's see if we can get lucky with the mystic forge. My objective is to see how close I can come to gearing out a new character at 80, having just got here. The hard way. More XP for completing using the Mystic Forge. Got some yellow stuff we can theoretically drop into the forge. Oh, we got a yellow, but... And it's an 80, but it's not one we can use.
Nice gear.
That's what she said. That's an 80. We'll swap that in for the other.
We must all fight.
A focus, also an 80. That
We do the best we
is
can.
100 bits. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I believe the required response to that from a streamer is, thanks for the biddies. Thank you very much. They all say thanks for the biddies, so I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to. Alright, I can't use that. That's low level. That's high level, but I can't use it. That's 78. Is it better than the one I've got? 727? Yes, it is. That's a crappy yellow. Those are both crappy yellows.
I've watched visitors throw a wide assortment of items into those swirling mists. One Asura in particular must have tossed in over 24 exotic weapons. It made me realize that Zamaros has probably collected an impressive arsenal by
Okay, well,
now.
we're gonna throw these
Somewhere
last yellows
there,
in and see if
he's
we can get
armed
out
to the
a
teeth
usable
with vials
exotic.
of blood and bottles of Alonian
Nope.
wine.
Oh, maybe usable. The spear I'm currently using is a 599. I'm pretty sure that one's better. It is. So, now, having failed to convert any of those into anything useful, we're heading for the bank. And in the bank is an auction house. Actually, this is not the bank. The bank's back there. This is the auction house. And we're going to see if we can get gear. With the 7 gold and 34 silver that we've got. So, we go level range 80 to 80. Well, on my main account, I think I've got 600 gold. The highest I've ever cracked, I cracked 1,000 gold once, but I immediately used it to turn around and spend 525 gold to buy a precursor for a legendary. So I've only had over 1,000 gold once, and only for long enough to buy something. I'm definitely not one of the rich players.
What brings you here?
All right, rarities. We want exotic, level 80 to 80. We'll start with a chest, and we want stats. We want berserker stats. So we want power, precision, and ferocity. The reason we want these is I know that there are cheap, or inexpensive, I should say, armor pieces. That's Devoto's I need. It's got to be heavy. Why is it locked? I can't buy stuff off the auction house for like another day or two. I can't buy gear for like another day or two. But, so I won't be doing that. But you can see here that this is Berserker gear. It has high power and it has precision and ferocity. And it's pretty standard glass cannon thing is to buy what's called Berserker's gear, because those stats are called Berserker stats. And so I'm locked out from using the auction house, I think, for a week after the creation of a new account. You know, to prevent real money hocus pocus from going on. But if I had access to it, I could completely kit out my armor in full Divonas. So if I hit Divonas and just armor, you can see I could get the entire 6 pieces for about 4 gold. And that would give me a full set of Berserker gear and also 6 sets of runes of strength. So for having 1, you get 25 power. 2 gets you 10 might. 10% might duration, sorry. 3 gives you 50 more power. 4 gives you 20% might duration. 5 gives you 100 more power. And 6 gives you 20% might duration and increases your strike damage by 5%. Strike damage is anything that isn't condition damage while under the effect of might. So basically, you're always going to have might, and it's going to last longer, and it's going to give you more power and more damage. So that's what I would get right now, if my account allowed me to purchase from the auction house. I could still buy a few things from the auction house. I bought Black Lion chests. So now, similarly, I would want to get at least a few weapons of exotic quality. Because realistically, you can certainly gear yourself up by using yellow quality or green quality. Basically, even just the stuff you've looted and leveled up with. You can continue to do that, but it will take a while to get a set of gear that's really ready for if you want to run any real end game content. If you want to, head off into Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns is the most punishing of the expansions by far. It's way more difficult than level 80 stuff in core. It got easier in Path of Fire and End of Dragons. Heart of Thorns is the hardest of the expansion level stuff. And you're really going to want to have either good rare gear, which is yellow quality, or orange quality exotic gear. So weapons, again, we want 80 to 80 exotic. And letting me pick the stats. Doesn't look like it. So in this case, the weapons I would most want to be using is a greatsword. There are the attributes. Again, power, precision, ferocity. Got a neighbor. You might be able to hear it in the courtyard. He has a motorcycle. When I get in a car, I sit in my car, I start the engine, I pull out, I drive away. He gets on his motorcycle, he starts the engine, and apparently he really likes the vibrations, because he sits there for minutes at a time before he leaves, or turns off the engine when he comes back. He's not my favorite neighbor. So again, to get... Oh, okay, this isn't Berserker stats, it's different. It's power, precision, vitality, and ferocity. And that would be good too. That means you're getting a little bit less power, precision, and ferocity, but you're getting a little bit more life with it. So this would be a good, two-hand sword, a great sword. So that's about another gold, which gets us up to 5. And then whatever you wanted as the offhand. Yeah, I'm doing a free-to-play through here to get to level 80. I have a full account from beta on. So that's kind of where I'm getting to now is having got here on the Steam free-to-play account, got to level 80. I'm looking at gear and seeing what I could afford and stuff. But you asked the really important question, which is, at this point, a normal player, let's say he's played 20 or 30 hours on Steam, he's new to the game. At this point, he should know whether he wants to spend any money on the game. If he wants to spend any money on the game, then really, he should buy at least the first expansions, which is Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire for $30. That'll give him access to gliding and to mounts and to 2 elite specs for every class in the game. So realistically, I think you would have to, at this point, if you've reached level 80, I just don't think I would want to keep playing if I wasn't going to be buying the expansions. There is stuff to do. You can play World v World. You can do the dungeon content. I don't know if you can do fractals or not. That's free to play. But realistically, to my mind, at this point is where a free-to-play player, would have to decide whether he's going to spend any money. If he is, you should either spend 30, 60, or 100, depending on which of the Steam packages he wants. My recommendation would be to buy the first expansion, Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, as I think that gives you access to so much content. If you have any doubts about the game at all, that will finish making up your mind for you. But it does look like I could get, for 5 gold here, if I'd been playing long enough that the auction house was open, I could get 2 sets of weapons, 2 weapons, a great sword and then maybe 2 one-handers, and a full set of berserker armor for about 6 or 7 gold, but I would be pretty broke at that point in terms of in-game cash. But the options, as a player who's just hit the end game right now for me, would be things like World v World, dungeons, world completion or map completion. Thief is good. It's got a lot of choices, a lot of wide variety of choices, especially when you get to the elite specs. The elite specializations are Deadeye, which I have played a lot of. Pistol Deadeye. Daredevil is very strong, and the newer class is Spectre, which is a class I'm not very good at, but I can't seem to quite die while I'm playing, which makes me think that it's probably pretty good. I just don't know how to play it. And for Core Thief leveling, Core Thief is a lot of fun.
Can I help you?
In my experience, there are 2 really good ways to play through. One is Dagger, and go for conditions and bleeds.
May the stars
There's an
guide
attack
you.
basically where you leap spinning in the air and do an AE that bleeds all the mobs you hit, and you just go sort of back and forth with that a couple of times and let them bleed out. And the other option for single target is Pistol, is really good, just spamming the 3 button.
Seek, and you shall find.
But since I cannot
All
purchase
prices
anything,
are non-negotiable.
disappointingly enough,
More violence, I say, less violence.
I've been hearing that particular vocalization, the less violence, more violence, for more than 10 years now. I'm kind of sick of it, frankly. Kind of want to, smack them. Hey there, Vestina. It is a lot of fun. Pistol Deadeye in particular. It was a build that I got from Wooden Potatoes. You build it right, it's got so much
you need right
sustain. Because every time you hit 3, you fire like 8 shots, I think, and you gain health for every hit that you get out of that. And the only thing that can stop you from hitting 3 is if you run out of initiative, but you've got ways to rebuild your initiative too, by swapping weapons, by targeting with the Deadeye F1 skill. Pistol's a lot of fun. I have played an enormous amount of Pistol Deadeye. It's one of my faves. I'm gonna drop a tray of cherry almond bars. Eat up, everyone. They're delicious.
May the stars guide you.
I'm going to allow it, Lars. You swear monster. I know Rifle Deadeye's supposed to be good in a few different game styles. I've just never gotten the hang of it. Yeah, I know. It's one of the stealth monsters. Well, that's the thing about Thief. Thief in World v World, everyone hates them because they get to choose whether to keep fighting or not. They're almost always built to be able to escape. So if they catch you alone and they get the advantage, they'll kill you. If they start wailing on you and start losing, they vanish and run away. So they're not popular, except with the people who play them, of course.
Seize the moment.
I have everything you need right here.
He has everything I need right there. I've got a quest item.
Excelsior.
I need to talk to this guy. He's down here. So I will. I have heard nothing but good things about Valen. I've checked out like one of his videos. It's the kind of I should look into more, but my understanding is he is like one of the best content creators going for, especially for learning stuff in Guild Wars 2. Well, you're more famous than I am, Lars. Come on, you said you were averaging how many viewers when you were streaming? When you were streaming Minecraft? 20? Come on, Lars. In my dreams, I get 20. I've got 6 right now. For me, that's a good number. Hi, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it as well. I have to talk to somebody over here about something, and I don't know what. So I didn't. Plus, it's a POI. Hey, more XP for me. Oh, that's right. I do have. You can't open the mastery. I don't think.
The attack on Lion's Arch
They're
will
locked.
never be forgotten.
Until you buy an expansion. So they're locked as well as the auction house is locked, I think, for a week.
I appreciate the Magister's mentorship very much.
Who was I supposed to talk to again? Ila Mackey. Ila Mackey? In there? Yeah, I hit 80. Oh, that's not Ila Mackey. Oh, there's Ila Mackey. Yeah, I hit 80 about basically when Tequatl ended, so about 10 past, 12 past, something like that.
Every day's a good day to learn something new.
Lay of the land. I got a keg of liquid karma. I'm going to chug-a-lug some liquid karma. Hold on, guys. Oh, delicious. Well, I was going to try and gear up, but I can't purchase the gear.
Glad I'm not diving down to those ruins alone.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
Another
Nice
keg.
gear.
Wow. That's a quick 15,000 karma. So this is about ley line stuff. Pardon me. Oh, I could also do the Living World Season 1 stuff. That's available even to me. Or do the storyline stuff. Excuse me. Pardon me. So that's available, but what I'm probably going to do is just say,
What a time to be alive.
so I think I've hit the end for this character. I'm going to, I'm not stopping the stream. I just want to sort of tidy this up. My advice for anyone who's new and starting up on Steam would be to say that you can get to the cap, the level cap. Took me about 18 hours. But I did some storyline stuff. I probably could have done it in 16, maybe 15. So it can be done relatively quickly. But I think it'll be really important. Once you get to the level cap of level 80, you're going to have to make the decision as to whether you want to keep playing. There is stuff to do at level 80 that doesn't require the expansions. but all of the real quality stuff, most of it, will require an expansion purchase. So you're going to have to decide when you get to 80 whether you want to keep playing or not. In my opinion,
I see.
I mean, you could do stuff. You could do World v World in exotic gear. That full exotic gear is not going to be, but at worst, like 5% less good than someone in full legendary gear. You can do a lot of the achievement chasing is available. You can't get everything. Obviously, these little dots here represent the expansions and Living World seasons. So, I mean, you can go to the story journal, and anything that doesn't have dots. So, it all actually looks like pretty much almost all of the story stuff. Except for this. No, that's extension stuff too. So most of that is story stuff. But there is lots of achievement stuff you could chase. So it's not like there's nothing to do if you don't buy the expansions. But the purchase of the Path of Fire and Heart of Thorns expansion will give you mounts. The quality of life you get from mounts is enormous. And you will have noticed that because when you hit level 10, you got 10 hours worth of the Raptor, and you saw how good it was and how bad it felt when you lost it. So I think any player who wants to keep playing would be well served by dropping the $30. You can keep playing without, but people are going to want to point out when you're doing World v World or dungeons. I think fractals, but I'm not even sure you can do fractals if you haven't bought the expansions.
May the stars guide you.
So there is stuff to do. I don't want to make it seem like there's nothing you can do. But I think at that point is a good point to decide whether you want to invest some money. And if you don't, hopefully you enjoyed your time in the game.
And you shall
And if you
find.
do, I don't think you'd regret it. But I'm going to leave this account for now and go on to my real account. It'll take a moment. Thank you. But the difference in play when you get things like mounts, I'm going to do just some small amount of busy work I have to do on the accounts. The amount of things that open up with the expansion, in particular, I want to pick out the mounts are an incredible quality of life feature, and also elite specs to choose from for all of the classes. These are both real big deals, at least in my mind.
Better than moon loot.
So right now, this is on my main account. I do this every day. I log in. I even log in when I'm not playing. I have gone through periods where I didn't play for a year or two. Or played very, very minimally. But I log in every day because you get, once you've bought the expansions, you get a daily login. And for any given day, it's not very important. But over time, it really adds up. This is the housing instance for the Norn characters. And as you play, you can get and will get some housing items. And in these cases, these are items where I can harvest every day. And they add up. And that adding up gives you more gold and more materials to work with for crafting and the like. Now, it's certainly not something you have to do, that's for sure. Oh, for sure, you can absolutely spend a lot of time just doing map completion. And if you've done map completion the way we have originally, the old-fashioned way, without mounts, it is a lot of work. But it's also a lot of fun. I don't know if I've mentioned it around you, Lars, but Vorpine,
Affirmative.
my friend, my guildie, and sometimes viewer, he has... I'm now going to I'm going to be going to 2 guild halls to harvest some stuff. He did a character 1 to 80 and full map completion without using mounts, even though he had them, and without using any waypoints. And he'd think he died like a total of like 18 times. Oh, by the way, I only died 3 times getting to level 80. Oh, might have been 4. Might have died at Tequatl earlier today. I think I did. So I think I died a total of 4 times to get to level 80 on the Steam account. I'm going to be going to another guild. You can be in 5 guilds at once. Now, you can only harvest, you notice I harvested 4 nodes. You can only harvest a given type of node once per day per account. So any of the same nodes that they have in here, I can't harvest from. But again, in this case, it's just giving me increased materials for crafting or selling. But it is a good habit to get in if you plan on playing or have been playing for a while, to take 5 minutes every day that you play and have some chores, because they pay off over time. Even if it's just... Nope, not that one. That one? That one. Even if it's just logging in. Just logging in alone gives you access to this. So, this is 28 days. Every 28 days you get everything in these tracks. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 20 Mystic Coins. That right there sells currently for about... How much are most Mystic Coins going for right now? 40? 72. So, you get 20. That's 14 gold a month. Just from logging in every day. Just in Mystic Coins. You get laurels, which can be converted into crafting mats, which can be sold. You get luck. You get, well, the Black Lion goods aren't usually very useful. You get crafting goods, booster, transmutation charges. You get bags of experience, and over here you get laurels. You get an exotic gear, you get more laurels, and here you can get more laurels or other stuff. So just logging in every day gives you an enormous amount of bang for your proverbial buck, let's say. And I'm going to pop back really quickly back to the other guild hall. And buy a couple of harvesting tools. Also, if you have a guild hall and they've got some of the basics, access to a scribing station will also function as a bank. And this guy
have too many allies.
Allows you to buy tools. And when you leave, you go right back to where you came from. So basically, it's free access to the bank and buying stuff. The other thing I do every day is more temporary. There's a currency in End of Dragons that I'm relatively low on, and it takes just a minute to get myself like 3 to 6. This is part of the obstacle course, the training obstacle course in End of Dragons. That's right at the very beginning of the expansion. And this chest has, in this case, 4 unusual coins for me. And those are the 2 things I do every day.
This is the only proper course.
And then I figure out what I want to do, what I want to play. Now, as I said, I have a lot of characters. That's 27 of them. They are all at cap. That's 3 of each class, 1 for each spec. You don't have to do that. Believe me, you don't. But I had 9 characters, 1 of each, or sorry, 8 characters, 1 of each class by the end of the first weekend. I have a broad selection of races, sexes, and appearances. This is my most played. He is Spungo Smallberries. And I have been working on some stuff off stream where I've been trying to track down more mastery points. That's mastery is an end game horizontal progression. It's not safe to call it vertical because it's not like you're leveling. But it is quality of life and improvements like that. I'm up to 408. You can't see it. It's behind my so photogenic face. And I've got all of Central Tyria done, except for the last bit of legendary crafting. And every expansion since has come with mastery, as has the Icebrood Saga, which is Living World Season 5. And I've got all of Heart of Thorns. No, almost all of Heart of Thorns complete. Down to 1 thing I need to finish off. I need 4 more mastery points. Path of Fire is complete. Icebrood Saga. I have to complete 4 more chains, 5 more chains. These 5, each of them I just need more mastery points for. I've already got the experience for them. And End of Dragons, I just finished off the Turtle Mount, and I need 5 more points to finish off skiff piloting. And I've been working on that off stream. A lot of that is just time consuming. It's not difficult, just takes some time. This is the Eye of the North. A fair amount of the endgame stuff, it gets run out of here by people. Here's where you can do strike missions from Icebrood Saga. Over there is where you run Dragonstorm. A very cool, very large instance space. Where was I? Where did I leave myself? Brisbane Wildlands through the Eye of the North. So we're going to do that. We're off. The Brisbane Wildlands, it's part of the Icebrood Saga. It's called a Dragon Response Mission. I'm doing it privately. You can do these privately. You won't get great successes because there's a whole lot of mobs to kill.
The village is overrun. Unless Timey sends more, it's only us here now.
This place is going up like kindling. Any defenses?
A few, but they weren't meant for this. It's all in disarray.
Let's do what we can do.
Basically, you want to run around and fix mortar pods, or open them up, activate the mortar pods, kill bad guys, extinguish fires. That didn't look like it extinguished. There we go. That extinguished. And kill mobs. So obviously with more players around, this sort of thing can get done pretty easily. Plenty of time. Now I'll start killing some mobs.
I've been immolated.
I have been immolated, guys.
This is fine.
So I'm going to kill some mobs, put out some fires, and get partial credit for the whole thing. The reason I'm needing to do these is because I need one more fire. Okay, well, I finished out the fires. Is some of these Dragon Response missions have mastery points in them, and I need the mastery points, so that's why I'm doing this. They're not especially fascinating, which is why they're not especially popular content. About 2 minutes left. Doing pretty good here, actually.
6 feet tall.
I've activated 6 mortar pods. I put out enough fires, I think. I have. Right? I've killed 20 out of the 25 critters that I gotta die. Let me actually get this done. I need to spot more of the mortar pods. There's 2 more mortar pods up there. Activate those. I need 1 more mortar pod.
Infuriating. Rare and valuable.
That's all I need to finish off the... Got a minute left. I need 1 more seed pod turret. Just gotta find one somewhere. There's a mortar pod. That should do it. I completed it.
This village won't withstand another attack.
Successfully.
We can trace these
Dun,
destroyers back to
dun.
their source. Perhaps we can cut them off for good.
Steelcatcher?
Asura said some Silvari were under attack. You all reads, Kate?
Something like that.
Where's your Frost Legion?
Overkill. Think you'll find me more than sufficient. Unless you don't want my help saving these people. That doesn't sound like you, Commander.
Appreciate the extra hand. Time is of the essence. This way.
Okay, Keith. I succeeded
Your
at the first
Ritlock
bit.
son.
Technically, the least important thing about me. You should care more about the salient parts.
Such as?
Such as, we're the only 3 people in the world who know what it's like to be close to an elder dragon.
Changes you. It's like finding your purpose. Fulfilling.
I didn't find my purpose. I made it. No more climbing the ranks of other people's armies. Joy suits me. She's my worth.
So I have done this before, but I don't
A dragon's
specifically
voice
remember.
can be seductive.
Were you coerced? Was Kate? I have agency, thank you. I can make my own choices. No persuasion needed.
The commander's right to be wary. When it comes to elder dragons, Aurene is often the exception, not the rule.
You've been the dragon champion for a while, Commander. Sharing the spotlight, that's gotta chafe.
Alright, we gotta keep her alive. Guess I'll unleash the hound.
I feel 6 feet tall.
So I don't think this one has a mastery point in it.
You chose this. Infuriate.
But progress will be made.
I feel 6 feet tall.
More mounts.
I've been immolated.
I am getting completions for the first of the adventure guide for new players. Contrary to what I told Lars earlier, Lars, I think I was wrong about something. I said that you get it's a per character bonus. I think only the first chapter is a per character bonus from what I read.
Seize the moment.
It's nice to see you.
So not every character will get all 5 chapters of the guide. I think only the first character to do them will get all 5.
6 feet tall.
Everyone else will get just the first.
Infuriate.
So I think I was wrong. Not very often you hear me say that. Save of the moment.
A real asset.
You sound surprised.
I'd heard that Crystal Bloom aren't big on frontline
Power flow
fighting.
at 30%.
Support can take many
Rerouting.
forms. Like Aurene, we focus on healing and restoration. The world needs stability, order.
Who defines order? Who controls it?
It's not about control. It's about the responsibility we all have to one another.
You're telling me Aureen's got all that power? She won't even use it.
She supports us in ways she deems appropriate.
Playing defense just preserves the status quo. You don't lose anything. You also don't gain anything.
I don't see Jormag playing offense against Primordus. Seems to me your Elder Dragon's more about hiding, whispering.
Waiting for the right moment to strike isn't hiding. Every attack needs a strategy.
How does this fit into your strategy? You've already betrayed one
Vandar's a
ally.
relic. He thinks the world is a much smaller place than it is. We know different.
Right now it's a dragon response mission. It was 1 to 5 player content that was brought in part of Icebrood Saga and is generally not particularly well thought of or well loved by the community. But I need some of the mastery points that I think you can only get through doing it. So this is content for 1 to 5 players. So far, I've had no problem getting all of everything I need done in time. I don't think that'll continue. But it's meant to be scaling. My memory of it, and this in particular, I think, is that the last fight is very extensive. and that it takes a very long time to get done. Not that it's like very difficult or anything. That's my memory of it anyway. But who knows? I could be misremembering.
I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go. They did these dragon response missions in a lot of old world areas, so they didn't require anywhere near as much in the way of new assets and like. Part of the Icebrood saga is they moved a lot of their people who were working on stuff over to End of Dragons, and so some of the content at the end of Icebrood Saga felt really hurried and done sort of an ad hoc
Just the
fashion.
one. You can handle that, right, Commander?
He's a biggie.
Yes, you do need me. Take out those fissures.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Got the fissures. That's 2 fissures. Is that all the fissures? No, there's
You've been struck.
Can I res him? I think so.
Infuriating. Vitality restored.
All right, now we'll finish off this last fissure.
The big one's back.
Big one's back, and he's gonna be trouble.
How many of these can the ground spit out?
Try and get the Kennel Master back up. No, they're gonna defeat the fishers again.
6 feet tall.
This is the kind of thing that's a whole lot faster when there are multiple players, obviously. I will drop a trap here. We'll blenderize a few of them. And it should bring the big room back again.
That'll cut off its retreat.
And stop any more from showing up.
A clever combination.
Come on. Give me just a couple more freaking seconds here. I can stun him. I should do that. And that should finish him, I think. Maybe not.
Stand your ground.
Alright, now he's just pissing me off. It's another one of these fights. There are an awful lot of fights where
That'll silence you.
you really kind of suffer for being
The powers Aurene gave you work today. But you'll face
a
worse
melee
before it's over.
fighter.
Terria's gonna
A melee
need more than a healer
class
when
at all.
Primordus comes.
I wish Aurene were taking a more active role. She's hesitating, and I'm not sure why.
She's experienced a lot in her
That's
short
the
life.
end of that one.
Perhaps more than you or I ever will. Certainly in ways we never will. But I trust she has reasons
Shut
for the
up,
choices she
Kaith.
makes. More than that, I have faith in her. Have faith, Commander.
Shut up, Kaith. We'll return back.
Well, hello. It's been a long time, Commander.
Too long, Jory. How are you?
I was doing a lot better before destroyers started crawling outside Lion's Arch.
Destroyers? No Frost Legion?
No?
Duty calls.
Why?
I have answered.
Think we should give him a call? Make this a real party?
Funny. Are these the new destroyers?
Showing up all over the Gandaran fields, moving into position. Fortunately, Javi's brought the Vigil to help evacuate. Also sent word that any other allied faction in the area would be most appreciated. Hopefully they show.
The more the merrier. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Some must fight.
Travel to Gendaran Fields through the Eye of the North Asura Gate. Defend it from.
Everyone fights.
We'll do another Dragon Response mission. We'll do the next one, Gendaran Fields forever. I don't remember a castle looking like that in Gendaran Fields.
Commander, thanks for coming. We've been setting up barricades where we can, but we're short on people.
Do
Destroyers
we
are
have?
focused on
We
the fields
have
ahead.
got a
If they take
mastery
them,
point
it's a
in
straight
this
shot to Lion's Arch. That can't happen.
I'm farther ahead, Commander, at the Ascalonian settlement.
Marjorie, I told you to fall back and regroup near the gates.
And I told you that won't happen. I won't abandon these people because their livelihoods are strategically inconvenient.
No time to argue. Commander, help us clear the fields and get the survivors to safety.
So, innocent civilians get to the bridge, put out fires, and more destroyers to kill. Presumably, I have to kite the civilians back.
These destroyers keep coming. We're going to need some more help. Just putting that out there.
Okay, another civilian. Another civilian. Civilian. Let me get, what is it, 4 or 5 I've got trailing around behind me. But again, this is sort of a actually a 4 out of 10. Gotta kill 15 destroyers. Gotta get them next. I jumped that. Freaking thing lied. It lied. I jumped it successfully. It was a lie, guys. Okay? It was a lie. Did I lie? Okay. I might.
6 feet tall.
He appears to be dead. Where's the water buckets that I'm supposed to use to put out the fires? Yeah, come with me, you big whiner. Should be 2.
Infuriate.
Can we hit and run? We'll see if we can at least get all of the citizens out that we needed to. Oh, there's the water bucket. Might be able to put out some fires then, too. We got 55 seconds, so we will get the civilians out. But we won't get either of the other shores complete. Just too much running around. I could have mounted up. That would have made a difference. I'm so used to not playing with a mount. So there's the 10 out of 10.
Infuriate.
Kill the destroyers we can. Catch the big batch again. Where'd they go?
Battle silence.
2 more in 1 second. That's not going to happen.
God. Destroyers
Oh, I got a
on
gold
move.
medal out of it
They're
anyway.
swarming the Ascalonian settlement. Where are those reinforcements?
Fall back to Lion's Arch. You know we can't save everyone.
These settlers lost everything once already, Javi. This isn't what I signed up for, and neither did you.
Damn it! Vigil, reinforce the settlement. Move it!
We run this way. As you can tell, you can probably see why they're not exceptionally
Now
popular.
let's help them smash those destroyers to bits.
They're not especially interesting content. They certainly weren't very
6 feet tall!
An enormous amount of work does not appear to have been put into them. Mind you, I don't blame them for that. They were trying to get the expansion done and make sure that, you know, the game didn't die at that time, which a lot of people thought it was going to. Where am I supposed to be now?
We need to cut off those destroyer tunnels. Don't give them a chance to regroup.
Well, I know where I'm going to be now. I'm going for that. That's the most important thing here for me. Mastery point. That's what I'm really here for. Yeah, it was looking pretty bleak for a while. I really thought, okay, when I saw, there we go, Icebird Saga. When I saw the first Icebird Saga pit, the prologue, I said, okay, everything's going to be fine. They've got it in hand. They've got their game back. And then the first real chapter came out in Biora Marches, and literally on day 2, it was empty. Nobody else, everyone had appeared on day 1 and did the content, and then they went back to Biora Marches because the content was more fun, more profitable, and seemed better done.
Infuriate!
And that's when I kind of went, uh-oh. And they never really lived up to their promises with the Icebird Saga. You know, they said expansion, quality, and quantity content. No. It never showed up, even when they were still, when the IBS was still kind of a big deal. Before they announced that, yeah, we're working on another expansion. The prologue's a blast. It is absolutely great. I completely agree. If they were not having a blast while they were making it, they did a hell of a job of making it feel and look like they were. It was enormous good fun. Doing something a little differently. Sure, it had combat, but it wasn't a combat map. The heavy metal concert, you know, I don't know if it was fun for them to put together, but holy shit, it was fun to play. I can't imagine that it wasn't fun to make. I don't see how it couldn't have been fun to make something different and that much of a blast for the players. I mean, I certainly thought that it was so much fun that they had to know the players were having an absolute blast. I mean, I was so optimistic. I wouldn't say I was pessimistic, but I wasn't optimistic. And then the prologue came out in Grothmar Valley, and I was, holy shit, this is so much fun. They've got their mojo back. And then Biora Marches, it just seemed really short. I mean, and it wasn't fun, which was, I don't want to say it wasn't fun. It was dark. And that's fine. Dark is fine.
Infuriate!
But it seemed short, and it seemed like everybody left
That's how you want to play it.
to go back to Grothmar Valley.
Infuriate!
And I wasn't nuts about the mechanic of expanding the map. That seemed a little bit clumsily done too. Adding the second map on. I think it would have been a little more successful if it had been done as a separate map.
You know, I would, but I don't think Tyrion's their first language.
At least to me. Again, that's one of those completely individual reactions.
6 feet tall!
Where it's certainly valid for someone else to have a completely different opinion. It just suffered from being hurried. First of all, I think it started off obscure what they were trying to do, and then once they announced the expansion, the rest of it felt really, really hurried and incomplete. Now, the expansion's fine. I think it suffers a little bit of the same. I think it's a little bit hurried. It feels... End of Dragons feels a little hurried to me. I think... okay, there's 4 of the 5 ways. 2 of the mastery tracks in End of Dragons. Yes, yeah. It was very dispiriting to, especially, you know, players like Wooden Potatoes, who are huge, I don't want to say lore nerds, but lore nerds. You know, all that build-up for so long, and yeah, it ended pretty quick. So I certainly understand and agree with this general sentiment that it felt hurried and not really complete. I understand the reasons for it from a business point of view. They put all their eggs in the expansion basket, and that seems to have worked. But I did feel that the expansion itself was also hurried. As I said, 2 of the 5 mastery tracks felt half-baked to me. Oop.
Whoa! Giant destroyer in the field. Looks like
Giant destroyer is here.
Could use some help over here with the big guy.
I feel 6 feet tall!
Yes, especially for a Guild Wars 1 fan, I agree that, and I'm not. You know, I've tried to play Guild Wars 1. It hasn't grabbed me. But for a Guild Wars 1 fan, in particular, it had to feel especially galled.
Infuriate!
That the whole tying up of all of those threads that had been, you know, part and parcel of the game for so long seemed so perfunctory. This is a fight, amongst others, that is a complete pain for a melee player. Where'd he go? this is the kind of stuff where, as a solo player, it's like, fuck off.
Exhilarating! Infuriating!
Jump! Oops. Coming in. I've had enough of you, thank you. That's 2 down. 1 to go, I think. Yeah, 1 more Fisher to go. There it is. I don't know if I managed to dodge a bunch of those splodies in a row. Alright, where's the big boy? Twenty percent of his health. Fuck off. One of the issues I have with ArenaNet and their content creation is how widely varying the difficulty can be. In that sometimes it seems like it's simple, straightforward, not especially difficult, and other times it is meant to make your life into hell. And right now, this one's feeling like hell.
That'll silence you.
This kind of crap adds nothing except frustration, at least for a solo player. At some point he's going to vanish again and I think come back with more of his health. That's a fun thing. And he's gone.
Destroyers popping up. Watch your feet and stay on the move.
Destroyer reinforcements. Don't let them get the drop on you.
Oh, perfect. Take us even further outside. Maybe more fun for multiple players. Not more fun for one. And there's 1 down. 1 Fisher. All right. Pardon my whining. It's just, you know, when they get stuff... Oh, that's right. It's up on the side of the hill. when they get stuff right, and most of the time they get most of the stuff
Okay,
right.
if that's how you want to play it.
But one of my biggest complaints is when they get it wrong. ArenaNet, they really, really, really kind of fucking get it really wrong.
I've beaten you, but you don't know it yet.
Here we go again. You know, when they're making stuff fun, they don't screw around. It's a lot of fun. But when they screw things up, oh my god, it's just fucking intolerable. And destroyers. Well, looks like at 40%. Where is he? Where's the jerk? Can you let us kill him now? He's up above. Time for you to go.
I think that was the last one. I'll be back for now. Next time I give you an order, Jory, I need
Defending
you to
Tyria
follow it.
completed.
If we want to beat Primordus,
Because
We
I
aren't
also
just
kind of need
fighting
this stuff for
Primordus.
the return
When
to
we win,
achievements.
we need to be able to live with the decisions we made. If we abandon the weak, what's that say about the world we're
I
fighting
agree
for?
completely that
What's
when
even
they
the
make
point?
stuff
and if
that
we
is
all die
very,
fighting,
very
those
difficult,
ideals won't
it
matter.
is just,
There's
you
a
know,
line.
content
We
is,
need to
is
be on the
here,
right
it's
side of
here,
it.
it's here,
And
occasionally
today
hard,
we were.
simple, simple.
Primordus
Really
tried
hard.
to surprise us. He failed. Good work, all of you.
You too, Commander.
At least that's the way it
And
feels.
thanks.
Especially when they do things like they replace your hotbar. You know, you spent hundreds of hours learning to play this character, and suddenly you've got a brand new game to play. It's not fun. Let me take that back. It can be fun. Lord of the Rings Online does it well. Star Wars The Old Republic does it terribly. WoW does it brilliantly. This game does it terribly. The key to doing it well or brilliantly is to make it fun and easy. That's the most important part. You don't want to frustrate people when you take away the tools they're used to playing with and replace them with some special gimmick. You're in a vehicle or whatever. It's got to be easy and fun. And WoW absolutely annihilates everybody else with that. Anytime they put you in like a vehicle or they give you special abilities, they're fun, they're powerful, and the content isn't difficult.
You don't have to be a killer
Yeah.
Crichton sleuth to see that this settlement is a
did I-
more
I assume I
attractive
got the
target
chest
than Lion's Arch.
because I have auto loot,
Primordus causes destruction. It's his MO.
Yeah, shut up, Marjorie. Pardon. So I want to check where I am in the return to achievements. for Icebird Saga. As that's going to be a long haul.
Hey, Commander, you sure we're not punching Frost Legion?
Not unless they do something that crosses the line again. Not to mention the destroyers are getting worse.
Guess fighting on two fronts isn't the best plan. Let me know if you change your mind. Or if Aurene has any news.
It's in side stories, current events, Seasons of the Dragons, Return to the Dragonstorm. So I've gotten to here. I did Primordus Rising. We just finished those 3. And you can tell we've got a lot to go. Now, fortunately, some of these have got more Icebrood Saga mastery points, which I need. I'm not sure how many, but some of them. What do we got? Box.
Quite a reward.
Chests of the Dragon Slayer. Some salvagey bits.
Vitality restored.
Magic trophies from having the scavenger plug-in for my Jade bot.
Give me a report.
For me, the single worst piece of content I've ever done is the last part, the very last mission, quest, whatever you want to call it, for Living World Season 3, which was, spoiler alert, put your finger in yours if you don't want to know, fighting Caudicus. My guess is it was 120 to 140 deaths, but I didn't count at the time. That was just a complete and utter death march. Leap in, do a little bit of damage, die. Leap in, do a little bit of damage, die. For an hour. Now, I know I would do it a lot quicker now, but the mental psychic damage that piece of content did to me.
Where am I?
You know, and I checked at the time.
What now?
On the forums, and the forums seemed to be split into 2 groups. What the hell is this shit? And stop whining and get good. Obviously, I was in the what the hell is this shit faction. But I wanted to punch both the designer and all the learn to play noob assholes.
I have answered.
Goodbye.
All right, well, I'm going to call it here for the evening. We got a couple more of those done. We hit level 80 on our Steam character, which I wanted to do. So, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Even with the frustration. Yeah, I had fun, but can't say that it's going to be fun going through all the rest of those Dragon Response missions, okay? That's all I'm saying. We've got, what, 3, 6, 7 more Dragon Response missions. Presumably we'll also go through these missions, and that'll end up with us actually going to Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm's fun. I do that one pretty regularly, actually. Why on earth? I guess you have to do it as the story. I do Dragonstorm like 4 or 5 times a week. Because Dragonstorm's really fun. It's very fun content. And it's very rewarding. Give me 1 second. I'll actually can show you some of the rewarding. I will take just a moment before I call it an evening. First of all, this character has the sword. It has some nice fun drops. Including a drop for an infusion that sells for like 3,000 gold. I haven't gotten that one. Go figure. It has a really cool sword. It has ascended weapons that drop. Here's the sword. Here's what it looks like when you pull it out. This is what it looks like. It's called the Frost Saw. And when you first pull it out, it doesn't have these icy jets going. They turn on. It takes them a second to turn on, like this. There it goes. So that's a weapon I got there. And the others I've got, I can show you. Either I got from the event or from spending the currency for the event. Dragonstorm is just a lot of fun. Every 2 hours, I think, it's available for public players, and a private group of, I think, 10 to 50 can do it anytime they want. But the other stuff I've got, I have used the currency to get the assassin-statted Tengu pistol. And that was a random drop. And the assassin-statted Tengu short bow. And recently, just a couple nights ago, I got the volcanic stormcaller weapon. And this is a choosy box.
What now?
Of these weapons. That's the hammer. There's the focus. And these are all berserker powered. And are sell. And you can sell them if you want. They sell for about 20, 25 gold. So, Dragonstorm, basically also, it gives you 2 gold when you finish it. And materials you can usually sell for about another 4. So for about 10 to 15 minutes time, it's worth 6 gold. If you're a Guild Wars 2 player, try to do Dragonstorm every day. That's good gold for a short, fun thing. And you could get lucky. I believe you have to have finished out the mastery for... mastery. Not for End of Dragons, for Icebird Saga, the Dragon Slayer. I think you have to get all of the mastery finished here to get access to a possible drop of a 3,000 gold-ish infusion. So I strongly recommend if you play. It's fun, too. On the other hand, it does have spoilers for the end of the Icebird Saga. If you haven't finished out the Icebird Saga, keep that in mind. But I'm going to call it here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Probably will be back tomorrow, probably for a key farm. And maybe some additional, another dragon response mission or two. At the usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I probably won't be doing an early session until I find something specific I want to do on early sessions. Like I just finished out the free-to-play through for a Steam account, and the other one I did was the free-to-play through for Lord of the Rings Online. Those are available on my YouTube. But thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I hope the rest of your Sunday night goes great. And because I always like to give an achievable goal to work for, I hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. Have a great night tonight. Take care. I'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Night, guys. And again, thanks for hanging.